I guess this is telling me to get on the 405.
The 405.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is backed up as usual.
How long does it say it's going to take us to get
It says 13 minutes.
That's bull.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't know.
I mean, it's not far. It's only, maybe once we get on, well, because you can see the traffic's moving, right?
Oh, you know why? It's because they have those
the
stoplights. Yeah, we don't have a whole bunch of those in Reno.
Yeah, we don't have a lot in Des Moines either. I know that probably is shocking.
Yeah. Do they even have stoplights in Des Moines? Do they have cars?
Stop.
I'll never fade away. I'm a legacy that lives beyond, far beyond the grave. I am immortal. I'll never rest in peace. And you're never gonna be, never gonna be, never be, never gonna be, never gonna be, never be me.
What's up? Event 1 is finished for this morning. We still have another one to do. I'm here with my good pal Amanda Krenz. Say hi, Amanda.
Hi.
She is not only the sideline reporter, but she's like, I don't know, kind of a big deal, right? You're
Yeah.
kind of a big deal.
Is this, do we keep our language clean on this?
If you want to, yeah. I mean, it's the internet.
I was going to say I'm a big
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can post. I
Okay.
can post, edit, and put like an ooga or a honk honk or something like that, which I think is kind of funny. Yeah, no, you can say whatever you want. It's the internet,
Okay.
and you're a grown up.
Well, let's just speak the truth and
All right.
say that I'm a big deal.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Because you can't curse on your platform or
No.
however it's called.
No, it would be looked down upon.
Pretty sure ESPN would not just fire you, but they'd probably bury you.
Yeah.
Under-
Who's that Iowa girl
Yeah.
talking like a farmer? Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
have her back.
Yeah, exactly. So you and I talked a little bit while we were waiting for the heats to finish, and we were touching on the sport of CrossFit and how big it's gotten,
Yeah.
and that it's being nationally televised on ESPN and things like that. So what do you think as far as the future of CrossFit is going? Do you think it's kind of going to be a flash in the pan, or do you think it has some like longevity to it?
You know, I was thinking about this earlier because when I got into it 3.5 years ago, there was so much talk about how it was the flavor of the week.
Yeah.
And I was trying not to be biased, but I was like, I really don't think so. And I still don't think so because it's continued to grow.
Yeah.
And I think it's because anybody can do it. Like, we're here at the CrossFit Games, but like we were talking about earlier too, the CrossFit Games are not CrossFit.
No. Yeah.
CrossFit's a workout regimen. It's a fitness regimen, and it's infinitely scalable. So no matter how old you are, no matter how athletic you are, how big or small you are, you can do CrossFit. I think once people figure that out,
Right.
they get into it, they get into the community, and they become addicted in a way.
Right. And you know, I really hate the term CrossFitter. It's such a dirty word to me. But you do CrossFit as well?
Yes, so I started out just being bored with my long cardio workouts and
Right.
that sort of thing, lightweight repetitions, and I was intrigued by women that I saw putting barbells over their head, and I thought, I should try that.
Yeah.
So I did. I got into it, like the technique. There's so much to it, I think, that I found interesting, and always ways to work on getting better. So, you know, there's never a dull workout. But then I became part of the media crew with CrossFit HQ after a while. And then I got my coaching, my level 1 certification. So I coach classes as well.
You're a coach. I did not know that.
You didn't?
There you go, people. Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Told you.
Did you?
Big. Lucky.
Yep, you are a big deal. I'm of all the people I'm going to interview this weekend, I feel like you might be the most important one to me.
I mean, I'm going to say yeah, probably.
Right, and you're
Not
probably
even
going to
knowing.
launch my career as well.
You're welcome.
As an interviewer, I don't know if that's what I want to do. So with CrossFit being like this constantly varied kind of fitness regimen, do you think that'll help or hinder the sport, the professional sport? Not not the fitness that you and I do, but I mean the sport that these athletes that we're watching this weekend are at. Do you think that that's going to help or hinder the growth of the sport?
That's a good question, because it's not specific to any sort of movement, you know.
Right, like baseball is baseball. It'll always be baseball.
Skill. Yeah.
You know, but this one is always different. So do you think that because it's constantly varied, it'll keep people interested in it? Or do you think people will be like, well, I can't keep up with all the new movements and all the new things?
Good question. I think once people understand that it is the CrossFit Games as a sport, that it's a test of fitness and overall fitness, and that the specialty is not specializing, then I think you actually look forward to seeing what's going to be thrown at the athletes this year.
Right.
What sort of unknown and unknowable obstacle is going to be put in front of them this year. Even this week, like here we are in the midst of the CrossFit Games. I don't know, the athletes don't know what some of the events are. I think that's actually a really cool element that speaks to the true test of CrossFit and overall fitness. So I think once people understand that about CrossFit, that it's overall fitness, I think it's good for the sport that there's that constant unknown factor and the variability. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. And I know that how people are in general, they're pretty fickle, and they especially, I call it the Walmart generation, you know, and it's not, I don't really consider myself part of the Walmart generation because I was pre-cell phone, pre-pager even, really. Oh my God, I'm totally dating myself.
Hey, I'm in Gen X as well.
Yeah. But like the Walmart generation is people want what they want it now, and they want the best possible deal if you
Very
can.
entitled, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think when that makes their attention span go. So whatever the newest best thing is, it just blows up, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So, and that's one of the things that I worry about CrossFit. But then again, I think that because it is so varied and so different, that it's constantly going to be keeping people interested.
Well, yeah, and look at the competitors who are out here at the CrossFit Games. The Masters, those people are amazing.
I know.
Women and men, 60 years plus, that are CrossFitting and doing it competitively and on this international stage. And this year, we have the teenage division.
Which is great.
Yeah, so maybe there is that Generation Y portion, you know, segment of the population that CrossFits, and maybe they'll get bored with it after a while or whatever. But no, I think it spans all generations.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really like about CrossFit as well. Is, and you had mentioned that earlier, that it's infinitely scalable.
Yep.
So regardless of your athletic prowess, if you will, you can still do CrossFit, whether it be to the RX or lower than that, or even, you know, we have a master's class at my gym in Reno.
Cool.
And they have, you know, they're doing squats, but they're doing it onto a box. They're being a little safer. Oh yeah. Oops. All right. Well.
Yeah, I just saw a little video that Dave Castro, director of the CrossFit Games, I think that's his title, posted on his Instagram page, or reposted it, and it was of a heavy-set woman getting her first box jump on a 12-inch box. It was one jump.
That's awesome.
It was so awesome. I mean, it was a huge accomplishment for her.
Right.
I used to be the same way, like jumping both feet at the same time up onto something scared the crap out of me for a long time. Had like build up that confidence.
Yeah, box jumps are scary. Even to like athletic people, they're scary because, you know, they move, you could miss, especially when you're fatigued and it's in the middle of a workout.
Yeah.
When I was in the military, stationed in Guantanamo Bay, they didn't have stoplights there, and there was a kid who was born there. His parents were in the military, and he was born on the base, and he hadn't left the base, and he was like 14 or 15.
Wow.
Never seen a stoplight. He's seen them on TV, but he's never actually seen one like in person. And it's weird that you're like, how is that even possible? I can't even grasp that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like his his perception is his reality.
Exactly. That's his world.
Yeah, and so to him, stoplight is like this new thing. Could you imagine seeing a stoplight for the first time as an adolescent or even like as a young adult?
Wow.
And that actually kind of helps me segue into like another point that you were saying about the lady with the box jump is I look at that and go, really? 12 inches? That's tough for you to do? And I forget that not everybody comes from the same background as like say I do or some of these other athletes, and it's not about who's the strongest or who's the fastest or any of those things, who's the most able. It's, to me, and I know that I speak for a lot of people in the sport and in the fitness community, it's the fastest that you are that day, the most ability that you have that day, and the strongest that you are that day.
Yes, exactly.
And so like I look at someone like the story that you just told, and it's, I may not be able to put myself in her exact position, but I can relate with her accomplishment. You know, say I ran a half marathon. To me, that's like the most amazing thing I've ever done. But to like a runner, they're like, so I do that every day.
Exactly.
You know, so and I think that's one thing that's really cool about CrossFit is no matter what your level of fitness is, you're in just as much pain as the guy next to you.
Yeah.
And you're still gasping for the same amount of air, whether you're lifting your body weight over your head or just the bar.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is really rad about that. Yeah, we're on the freeway now, headed back to the StubHub.
So isn't it illegal to have a cell phone in your hand in California while you're on the phone? Or while you're driving?
You can't have a cell phone in your hand while you're on the phone. That's insane. Come on, California, get it together.
I am immortal, I'll never fade away. I'm a legacy that lives beyond, far beyond the grave. I am immortal, I'll never rest in peace.